Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some?
Oh.
A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent. Great. Thank you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent, it makes things faster, it makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger, yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent. Great. Thank you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent, it makes things faster, it makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger, yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent. Great. Thank you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent, it makes things faster, it makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger, yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent.
Thank
you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent. It makes things faster. It makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger. Yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent.
Thank
you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent. It makes things faster. It makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger. Yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent. Thank you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent. It makes things faster. It makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger. Yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent. Thank you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent. It makes things faster. It makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger. Yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process and make things a lot more transparent. Thank you for sharing that. So back to the competitive advantages that your project has. That's basically that. I mean, it seems like software development with the use of blockchain will be incomparable to the way that we are currently using, currently running software industries, because it's a game changer. It makes things transparent. It makes things faster. It makes things more legit.
Yeah, harder, faster, stronger.
Harder, faster, stronger. Yeah.
Well, you're going to be jealous when you hear what I'm going to say. Okay, Hank always liked to try new things, and he came to contact with Bitcoin in 2015 and bought some. Guess what's the price then?
What?
$300 US.
What? Oh my god. How many did he buy?
Not sure, but can you like spare me some? A good friend, right? Well, and because of that, he started to study more about the technology behind Bitcoin, which is blockchain. In his field of work, he was previously working on a centralized platform for another project, 51ASPX, and discovered many technical problems associated with those kind of platforms, which is long processing time and long processing time for transactions. And he also made the decision to implement blockchain technology as a solution, and he has never looked back since.
Looks like blockchain technology is solving a lot for the software industry, and blockchain technology will just speed up this process.
Bitcoin opens up the imagination and possibilities of a global digital currency. The blockchain technology that comes with Bitcoin has put our society in an incredible time. Huobi is actively involved in this wave of rising digital assets in 2013, helping to enlighten Chinese people in digital currency investment. Huobi has made a brilliant achievement in taking the highest market share and received the highest trading volume in China. At present, Huobi Group is opening a global integrated digital asset transaction services with a strong focus on customer service. Huobi Group has set up operations and service centers in Singapore, Hong Kong, Seoul, Tokyo, Beijing, and Shenzhen. With our new base in the beautiful Singapore, Huobi Group will bring quality educational and service experiences to millions of users of digital assets in 130 countries and regions.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Huobi Talk. Thank you for joining us today. I'm Dawn Yang, and I'm your host for Huobi Talk this afternoon. Today, we are streaming live from the leading global financial hub in Asia, Singapore, where Huobi Pro headquarters is based. Huobi Talk is the #1 talk show that gives you insights into the world of blockchain, delivering to you global developments in blockchain, giving you data-driven and quality-rich information with the stories behind the technology. Join us as we dive deep into the conversations surrounding blockchain and the endless possibilities of the future of cryptocurrency. Today, we are bringing you news on the latest trends and insights in cryptocurrency. As we're streaming live, we want to make this interactive, so as we move along, if you guys have any questions, please feel free to share them in the comment section. I'll be checking them out as we go along, and I'll pick a few to answer later. On this episode, we will be featuring Odyssey OCN, a project listed on Huobi Pro. I'm sure many of you have seen various public bicycles around your workplace or neighborhood in shades of orange, yellow, and red, but did you know that one of them, O-Bike, is riding on the blockchain wave? Yes, that's right. O-Bike will adopt a cryptocurrency called O-Coin, which is part of the Odyssey project, allowing cyclists to ride and earn cryptocurrency at the same time. Now that is a really interesting use case for blockchain technology. So stay tuned if you want to hear more from the Odyssey team. And of course, we'll be hosting our signature Huobi Talk Airdrop giveaway today. We have had amazing response from viewers for our Huobi Talk HADAX chapters last week. Just like before, our airdrop prize pool today will also depend on the amount of views we get during the live streaming. The more views we get, the bigger the prize pool. Let's check out the poster now. So let's try to hit more than 2,000 live viewers so we can split an equal share of more than 6 million tokens. Today, we have an attractive prize pool of up to 2.5 million Odyssey OCN and 3.7 million of Engine EGCC tokens up for grabs. And we can only make this possible together. Everyone just has to share this live stream at www.youtube.com/huobipro/live. Share it with your family and friends for us to hit the top tier of 2,000 live viewers and above. As always, the more the merrier, and everyone's a winner. Let's have a look at the number of viewers tuning in right now. We're currently at more than 700 viewers, so come on, click the share button at the bottom right so we can have more tokens for everyone. At the end of the show, I will update you guys on the viewer pool target we have hit and how many airdrop tokens you'll be getting. At the end of the show, simply comment on the live chat with your Huobi UID at I Love HADAX to qualify for the airdrop pool tier we've hit. Remember, you do not need to post a comment with your UID now. Do not post now, guys. Only nearing the end of the show when I say so. Here's how you can find your UID on Huobi. First, log into Huobi.pro. Click on Account and Security. Find your UID here. Good luck, everybody. Let's get the views up together. Since the announcement of Huobi Autonomous Digital Asset Exchange HADAX, the world's first autonomous token listing exchange on February 3rd, we have seen hundreds of token projects supported by over thousands of users. We concluded the first phase of HADAX voting and listing with great success, with over 267 million votes from over 149,000 real-world users. This is really impressive, and it highlights the interest and voting popularity in the entire community for Huobi's HADAX platform. As we are about to launch for Phase 2 of HADAX voting soon, we warmly welcome more projects to join us right here at Huobi Talk to share more on their stories and experience. Now, if you have any questions on Huobi Talk or questions you would like to ask me, do feel free to comment on the live chat. Let's see what we have right here. Oh, everyone is spamming their UIDs. Please don't put your UIDs now, guys. Only towards the end of the show. Alright. In previous episodes of Huobi Talk, HADAX edition last week, we had the honor to feature various outstanding projects vying for the top 10 position on HADAX. In the last episode, we also announced the top 10 projects listed on HADAX for Phase 1 of listing, which has indeed been a really tough fight to the top. So thank you for joining us on this amazing journey for the Phase 1 of HADAX voting and listing. I'm sure everyone had a great time learning more about the interesting projects up for the Phase 1 of HADAX voting. And don't worry if you missed out on our previous episodes of Huobi Talk. You can always view the previous episodes anytime by accessing Huobi Pro's YouTube channel. Also remember to tune in to our future episodes every Thursday. Simply click the subscribe button on the bottom right side of the page to subscribe to Huobi Pro on YouTube now. You can also join us on Telegram by searching Huobi Pro Official, or follow us on Twitter at Huobi_Pro, and also follow us on Instagram at Huobi Pro. You can check out our social media links below right now. Alright guys, and now I am really excited to introduce to you Sophie Guan, Project Lead of Odyssey OCN and former OBAC Global Head of Business Operations, who is here with us today at our Huobi Talk studio.
Hi everyone, this is Sophie from Odyssey OCN team. I'm very glad to be here with Huobi Pro team to share more about Odyssey and our plan to build the future of decentralized sharing economy.
We're really glad to have you here too, Sophie.
Thank
You're
you.
looking beautiful,
Thank
and
you.
I understand you just got in today.
Yes, I traveled back to Singapore this morning. I'm more than happy to be back every time I landed.
That's great, Sophie. So can you share with us more about what got you interested in blockchain and how you got introduced into this industry?
Sure. I came to know about blockchain back in 2009 and 10. Yes, because that's the starting point of Bitcoin and blockchain from the starting point. And everybody was amazed of mining Bitcoin and things, but I was also quite amazed and impressed of how mathematical ways of creating things, how this distributed data and computing system is working to work out a decentralized ways of storing data to achieve consensus. That's actually the starting point of myself knowing about blockchain, and I know sometime this is going to change how the internet works in future. And along the way, in the past few years, I have seen different projects achieving amazing results. And then especially during the last 1 or 2 years, a lot of projects has been developed to achieve industry particular or specific objectives using blockchain technology. And that is something I was inspired as well. Especially during the last year when we were launching OBAC in Singapore, and I'm sure a lot of Singaporean viewers know that OBAC is one of the homegrown brands in Singapore and the biggest one in Southeast Asia.
Of course, the bike everywhere.
Yeah, so the Odyssey team, a lot of the founding members are actually from the OBAC's founding team, and we were actually doing very hard to make this back sharing a global revolution. And during our development of OBAC, we have seen a lot of opportunities and challenges, especially for transportation sharing and sharing economy as a whole. So that's when, particularly linking up to my previously experience with blockchain, and we were thinking how blockchain and together with other technologies can make a change to sharing economy. And that is something drives us to found Odyssey Protocol Foundation back in 2017.
I see. All right. So, Sophie, could you share with us more about what problems Odyssey OCN is trying to solve in the sharing economy in the world today?
Sure. So we launched back in Singapore in early 2017, and this one more years is definitely a very challenging experience for us to know what is sharing economy, to feel what is the challenges inside this sharing economy. And actually our team has made a few slides, so I would like to show them to our viewers, and I will brief you guys more about what we experience and feel in the challenges of this industry.
Okay, great.
Yes. So there are a few areas that we think sharing economy is having challenges in. The first area is regarding data security. Sharing economy involves a lot of private information from our users because this involves your housing, your address, your daily commute, and your payment transactions. And this is very personal and sensitive. And data security is very important to make sure that sharing will not bring any risks to anyone who is joining the sharing economy at a goodwill. And the whole internet industry, and not exclusive of sharing economy, is having a lot of challenges in protecting data security and privacy. And especially in sharing economy in the previous years, we had a few cases of different sharing economy platforms having the data leakage.
So someone hacked into the system?
Yes, and that resulted in a lot of personal sensitive where you live and where do you commute in the public hands, and this at high rates. So this is something that we want to do, and we are seeing that protecting data security and privacy is a critical part of making sharing more scalable industry in the world. Yeah, and another areas when we were doing the bag sharing project in the global wise is that we do feel that sharing economy, not only transportation sharing, is a highly regulated industry because of it still lacks of an efficient self-regulating process. Taking bag sharing as an example, maybe in Singapore you guys have been seeing bags being put where they should not be put in.
Everywhere.
Everywhere.
I see them strewn around my neighborhood, and I wonder, why aren't people putting the bikes back properly in the right place?
Exactly. So we did things from a sharing mission, and we hope people can own, license, share more. But during the process that we cannot control 100% how people will react to the sharing process, and the bags can be littered around and hang on the tray. That's something we saw, and this is something that the government authorities would put very strict requirements on the operators like us to make sure that things are going smoothly and safely. The same thing is happening for other industries like accommodation sharing, the other kind of transportation sharing like car sharings. The concerns are addressed by authorities, by institutions on how to protect the security of whoever shares and whoever is using others' shared asset. And that makes this industry still highly regulated or even banned in a lot of countries and cities because of the system is not yet running as autonomous way of making things are going well. So this is another challenges we are facing. And because of that, this resulted in a very high operating cost of being a sharing economy platform. Because we need to take care of all the risks, all the concerns generated by authorities, and we need to clean up those things as a platform on behalf of the users.
Can you elaborate a bit more about these costs that are incurred and the problems that you have to clean up?
Sure. Just taking bag sharing as an example, when people were putting the bag in a not proper position, and as a platform ourselves, we are responsible of making sure that things are working right, the bags are parked legally and properly, and that involves a lot of human resource and money to make things work the way it's supposed to be. The same thing goes for accommodation platforms or car sharings. The team or the platform has to build a really intensive work behind to make sure that the ratings are done properly. We have reviews of every sharing experiences to review both the service provider and service consumer, make sure it happened safely, and the transparency was done, and then payment was done as well. A lot of things the team has to build to make sure things went well, things went safely and transparent. So these are all things that the platform is taking the cost in their operational cost to make sure everybody is sharing safely.
So basically, if you cut out these extra costs and extra work needed to be done by your human resources, those cost savings can be passed on to the consumers.
Exactly. And that is actually the last point that I was planning to point out. The current sharing economy is still highly segmented, meaning that your accommodation platform, your car sharing platform is running its own way. You have your own credit system, your own user ID system, your own way of matching transactions and make sure review is done. But the system does not talk to each other. Your housing have different rating and your car has a different rating as well. But it is not integrated so that everybody is working under one system for the whole sharing economy to work all together. That's why there is an important value we believe in to make Odyssey a project we want to work on, is that we believe in future everything can be shared, and there should be a very low barrier of sharing, and then all the systems, all the people who participate in the sharing economy, we should leverage one universe protocol that everybody follows, everybody can be traceable, and all the actions can be measured according to one same system. And that is actually the core of Odyssey, is to build one universal protocol that is based on trust and credit and can be utilized by all the different industries.
So it sounds like it'll be a really seamless integrated experience for everyone to just plug into one platform and everything is there. We do not need to use different apps to find out different ratings, and to have everything there is a very seamless experience.
Yes, and also from a service provider perspective, for example, that you are running a house or accommodation sharing platform, but you can also join the Odyssey protocol so you can have access to data generating from other industries in the sharing economy world, from transportation sector, from other sectors. And then all the measures, all the actions we measure in one set of user ID. For example, one user's behavior or actions can be stored in his or her one single ID in the whole Odyssey system, like including how you rent a bag, how you rent a house, how you rent a car, or you drive, you share your own car. So all these attributes can be in your one single ID, and all the participants or platforms joining Odyssey will be able to access the one single data system, and then everybody will be measured by the same system as well, so that we can leverage each other's data, user behavior, to make the whole system talk to each other and run in a very efficient way. For example, that you are a very good quality house owner and you share your house at a very good service level.
Of course.
Yes, and that means that probably you can rent a bag at a lower price. So that's something we want to measure, and then based on your credit performance in the entire sharing economy system, your cost of your next purchase will be adjustable. So that makes people benefit from it, and then certain bad behavior will also be discouraged.
That's great. So we get greater incentives to behave well and use these sharing economy platforms in a better and more civic-minded way.
Exactly. And we believe that these challenges can really be resolved leveraging the blockchain technology together with a few others, which I would like to introduce to our viewers as well.
So how exactly does blockchain technology work in this case?
Okay.
Can you share more?
Yes. So I will just touch on what I was mentioned and as showing on the slides. For example, data storage and data security and privacy issues can be solved by the blockchain, and that is very easy to understand because a lot of industries is trying to utilize the same blockchain technology so that all data can be decentralized, stored on the nodes in the blockchain, and whatever happens, stay on the blockchain so that there's no platform, no central server can hold all the data or manipulate the data, and whatever happens is whatever happens. So we no longer has the central controlling power of the data, but whoever generated the data, basically the users generate data and they own the data, and that is how we protect that is decentralized way, and then we'll make sure it cannot be changed and it's transparently circulating in the system, but at the same time it can be anonymous so that people's privacy can be protected.
No hacks.
Yes, so that's how data privacy and security issue can be resolved using blockchain technology. And the other areas that we were talking about, including how do we check people's behavior, trace their behavior, and how to measure, how to reward and penalize their behavior, good and bad. We can also utilize in the blockchain or smart contract altogether by developing one universal protocol of credit system for the entire sharing economy. Basically, like we talk about your behaviors, actions, your transactions in the whole system, we will go as per it should be. So for example, payment has to be done on time as per the agreement, and your behavior will automatically be traced and then recorded so that all data is linked all together under one system. And then this will not be manipulated by any platform. For example, you are low, you get a 1 star on your Uber sharing.
No.
Yes.
5 stars.
Yeah, 5 stars. So this star will remain, and it will not be changed by any platform because it will be permanently in your credit account under one protocol in the Odyssey.
So if I have a 1-star rating on Grab, that will reflect on all the other sharing economy platforms as well for other users to see.
Exactly, and that's the purpose of joining all the attributes, because every industry in sharing economy has different attributes of measuring. Accommodation, you need to measure how people treat your house, whether they keep it safely. And then car sharing, it has different service angles to measure back sharing as well. So we collectively put all the attributes from sharing economy in one set of data, and then we use this set of data, and then each attribute will have its specific rating factors so that you will have one set of measurement under your single account. And this will be like your ID in the sharing economy.
Will it be difficult to integrate these different data-driven blockchains together? Because every platform is very different.
Yes. So yes, that's a very good question, because as we talked, that people in different industries have different actions, and then we need to measure. Good and bad measurement is very different in different industry. So we need to first know about the details in each industry, how do they work, and which factor is more important in one particular industry than the other. And then we need to collectively have a one attributes database so that it reflects the right thing to measure and also the right weight or factor percentage of one particular attribute. And then to make this happen, we still need a joint collaboration from different partners in this industry to make it together. Being us alone will never make this happen, but in which we need people from different aspects of sharing economy to join us so that we benefit from each other and benefit from this one universal protocol of trust and credit-based system.
That's amazing. Thank you, Sophie, for all the sharing. The concept of a decentralized sharing economy system is really interesting. I can't wait to find out what exciting future developments Odyssey has in store. And while we are seeing lots of activities in our chat box, a lot of people are spamming the chat box with their UID. Please do not do that, guys. Only type in your questions that you have for me or Sophie. Only put in your UID towards the end of the show, okay? So let's see if we have any questions. All right, everyone is spamming their UIDs. Please stop, guys, because we really want to answer some questions from our viewers. So only enter your UID near the end of the show when I make the announcement. Yes, still spamming.
Yeah.
The tokens will be given away at the end, so not now, guys. Now, for those of you still watching this live stream, just to update on this airdrop, share this live stream now with your friends and let's get more airdrop tokens together. Let's check out the rules. So we need to hit 2,000 live viewers to get an equal share of 6,200,000 tokens. We have an attractive prize pool of up to 2.5 million Odyssey OCN and 3.7 million of Engine EGCC tokens up for grabs. And we can only make this possible together. So go on, click on the share button and share this video with your family and friends, and let's try to hit the top tier of 2,000 viewers. The more the merrier, and we can all win more tokens. We currently have more than 1,000 viewers right now, so let's double it. Come on, click the share button on the right side of the video. At the end of the show, I will update you guys on the viewer pool target that we have hit and how many airdrop tokens you'll be getting exactly. At the end of the show, not now, simply comment on the live chat with your Huobi UID at I Love HADAX to qualify for the airdrop pool tier we've hit. Remember, don't post now, only at the end of the show. So, back to our questions with Sophie. Sophie, could you share with us what are the competitive advantages Odyssey has in the blockchain world and the traditional world?
Sure. So, as many of you guys already know, that the Odyssey, the founding of Odyssey is actually most of the members are from the founding members of OBAC, which is Singapore's homegrown and Southeast Asian Europe's biggest stack sharing.
Singapore Pride.
Yes, Singapore Pride. So during developing OBAC, this gave us a lot of knowledge, expertise in sharing economy, especially back sharing is a combination of internet plus hardware plus IoT technology as well. So this leaves us to know a lot of challenges and opportunities in sharing economy as a whole. And then during this development of OBAC, we get a lot of support from relevant sharing economy partnerships such as Grab. And actually today I just brought a new bag.
That's awesome. It looks great. I almost was wondering if I open my Grab app, would I see a new cycle option?
Yeah, so this new bag is actually a co-branding with Grab Cycle and OBAC. So we will definitely have another official announcement tomorrow, releasing the news of Grab and OBAC collaboration.
Oh, I'm excited. Yes. So guys, remember to tune in to Odyssey OCN social media platforms to find out exactly what exciting new announcements they have.
Yes. So the Grab bag that we did collaborate with OBAC and Grab is a joint effort from both parties, and we both has a very strong existence in our own areas of sharing economy.
And both transportation.
Yes, so I think a joint collaboration, forming these strategy partnerships is really making the user experience of transportation, including bag sharing, into the next level. Plus, we also are figuring out or implementing payment system such as GrabPay in OBAC, so that we make not only reserving, using, riding more smoothly, but payment as well. So that this is just one example of how we got great support of our partnerships from sharing economy itself. As well, when we started to initialize this Odyssey project, we also get a lot of other sharing economy area support, and on Odyssey team's advisory team and early investors, we get a lot of individuals, institutions, and companies that are from this particular industry, and they give us a lot of support, sharing their expertise, their user-based knowledge, and their mission as well, so that to enable us to work more smoothly towards our mission of building one decentralized, the future of sharing economy. And so I think that brings us really some solid foundation in sharing economy from us and from our partnerships, advisors, investors. As well, our team has been exploring blockchain technology back in 2017. So we have been following how blockchain can be utilized, and we have been testing out, developing things based on blockchain. So we do have a strong core team of close to 80 developers, program managers, designers working on blockchain itself. So I think combining sharing economy experiences together with blockchain expertise, that makes us a strong position in changing sharing economy using blockchain. And as well, also we were very thankful to our current supporters coming from the OBAC, millions of them global-wise, to support us starting off this new journey to build another mission in the sharing economy scale.
Oh, speaking of supporters, I understand that there was someone in the States I read about in the news recently who is a big supporter of OCN.
Yeah, so during this development, I think one thing we experienced that the community is a great force behind every project who is successful. And actually, we just have two interesting news announced. One is that one of our great supporters in the States who has been supporting us making videos, making broadcast channels, and running our community has just officially joined the team. And his name is, his Twitter ID's name is Digital Lawrence, and his name is James. So he's joining us as our official North American ambassador to help us explore more regions and engage with more community members from different areas of the world. So that's something we feel that some growing force generated within the community is actually very touching and inspiring to make us work even harder to achieve the mission.
So many thought opinion leaders are supporting Odyssey.
Yes, as well. And actually, we just saw very interesting news from California this morning as well.
That's the one I was talking about?
Yeah, so actually there was one house owner in LA who is selling his property in OCN.
That is a big leap of faith.
Yeah, millions of dollars, but selling in OCN. Yeah, so I think for every project, the circulation of people believe in the project really proves that they have faith in us, and they tend to be the holders, and then they support us in their daily life. So that's very amazed news that I just read about this morning.
So if any of you plans to sell your home, you can consider selling it through OCN.
Yes.
But coming back to your core team, you were saying you have a really strong team behind OCN. Can you share more about your key leaders and perhaps your founder, who is very prolific in the cryptocurrency world?
I'm sure you're talking about E. Yes. So actually, the chief advisor of Odyssey Foundation, E, he's a very active Twitter. Yes, and he's been an active advocate in the internet industries, always strive to bring new things to the industry, and he is also the founder of OBAC. We've been working together to deliver OBAC in Southeast Asia, in Singapore, and into the global roadmap. And also now he is on the team together with us to make this mission into a bigger scale that is sharing economy. And he has been a very successful serious entrepreneur back since 2009 and into very different industries, but always making a change. So I think he inspires the team, and then together with the team, together with the community, we made things happen.
So I understand he has a wealth of digital experience behind him, so that really lends credit to the Odyssey team.
Yeah,
as a pillar
definitely.
Of strength.
And together with a lot of other advisors, investors who has been helping us, maybe not in public, but also support us on a daily basis to make this whole project goes on.
All right, so what about the future? Sophie, can you share with us OCN's roadmap and development plans for the next few years?
Yes, actually this was in my slides. If the director could change the slide, so I will brief more about the development progress of the project.
Okay, director, please.
Yeah, so as I was mentioning, the whole mission down the way in the 3 or 5 year roadmap is we want to achieve that we believe in that everything can be shared, and the barrier of sharing should be low enough for everybody to use, and everybody should benefit because of sharing. So by delivering the Odyssey mission in the long-term run, we hope the whole sharing economy can be decentralized, with a very minimum operating cost. And this is open source, scalable, easier for individuals, platforms, and companies to integrate into and get benefit out of it by contributing their data and their ways of measuring things. And we hope utilizing blockchain together with big data, the whole system can have a more efficient matching process so that everybody can find whatever he wants at a lower cost.
All right, Sophie, you mentioned big data. Can you elaborate more on how big data will be used in this situation?
Yeah, sure. So as we previously talked that every industry currently in sharing economy is kind of running in a segmented way. Your data is not, I cannot see your company's data, and I can only manage my users' requirements based on the data I have. But utilizing one common system and one universal protocol that is based on credit trust, every party's data and then record can be integrated and can be accessible to every contributor, every participant in the sharing economy. That means we have more data generated, and we have a more complete set of data can be portrayed for every asset owner, every sharer, and every service purchaser, so that we know more about them. But the data is securely decentralized stored, but we know more about them, we know more about the demand side and supply side, so the matching process can be more efficient. So that's the way of combining big data together with blockchain can make the whole system more safe, secure, but running in a more efficient way in terms of matching, so that it's more personalized, recommended. You can find things easier at a lower cost and then more safe and secure.
So that's really personalized.
Yes.
So it will make recommendations to me based on my previous activities, perhaps recommend me certain accommodation options or certain rideshare options.
Yeah, and also what you did will also decide what is your cost in future. You did
so
well,
if I'm going to be a liability or an asset.
Yes, so you did well, then your future cost will be lower. You pay less deposit, you pay a lower price, and you get faster matching process. Something like that will happen because we have more data in the system and we are using one set of data structure for all the attributes. So that's something you can benefit from blockchain together with
That's great.
data.
So if I put my bike back, I get cheaper accommodation.
Yeah.
Wonderful.
Yes.
Like coming back to data and blockchain, how do you plan to make the transaction speed faster? Because I understand that is an issue these days.
Yeah, that is actually a good question. And if you look at the slides I prepared, so we have a roadmap indicating what is the end goal. We want these things to happen on a sharing economy industry perspective. But we all know that the current blockchain is having its own limitations in terms of transaction speed, data storage capacities, and how the cost related to proving one transaction. So that is actually one of our long-term goals, is to try to come up with some better technology to make transaction faster, cost-free, and also easier for sharing economy specific questions. I think at the moment a lot of industries are trying to develop their own industry specific blockchain, and that is actually one of our long-term goals as well, to not only make sharing economy at the application level, but also want to improve its infrastructure level so that we can really bring blockchain in sharing economy fast enough and without the limitations of all the speed cost that we just talked about. So that's one of our long-term goals. But coming back to the short-term goal, as you asked me earlier, so this year is actually one of the most immediate delivery that we're going to announce, and is that by end of March that we will be implementing OCN or all wallets in the OBAC system. That means that the millions of users of the current OBAC platform will be start to utilize OCN in OBAC system already.
Wow, that's big news. It's a big step.
Yeah, so that means that it will be one additional payment that in addition to your Singapore dollar or US dollar, you can use OCN. So with the millions of users on the system, we believe we can really test it out how OCN and how cryptocurrencies can be utilized in a real business, our traditional business or non-blockchain business. So it's a combination is happening very soon. So we hope OBAC users can give us more feedback when this is happening so that we can work towards a better project delivery. Yeah, and also we will be trying to bring more partnerships into the system, extending the service beyond transportation, beyond bag sharing into more areas of sharing economy.
Like what other areas?
Like accommodations or sharing of your kitchen, your car, everything. Because the areas of sharing economy is still also developing. It starts from, for example, transportation and extend to accommodation. But we believe, and it is really in depth in our value of Odyssey, that we believe the future, everything can be shared, everything can be connected. And also because of the other technology, for example, such as IoT technology, also make these things happen for us to make blockchain able to be utilized in the sharing economy.
In case viewers might not understand what IoT is, could you explain a bit further?
Yeah, sure. So IoT stands for the Internet of Things, and that is actually a mission, or is a future portrait of how the world works in future, so that every machine, every device is actually can be digitalized by using some kind of near-field communication methods. So just taking one example, like the bags, all bags we are putting on Singapore Strait, having a GPS-based lock inside. That means all the lock, unlock, usage, transaction, the position of the bag is actually have a data behind it to check. Yeah, so this is only one example. And for example, your house, most of the houses currently have a smart lock already. And in future, maybe all of your devices, electronic devices, will be able to digitalize and send data, and the data can talk to each other, and then they can basically knows what's going on in your house. And then that will be a very important data for a sharing economy platform to collect, to make sure the sharing process is going smoothly and goes the way we want it to be. So that means IoT is actually one of the great additional technology attached to blockchain that we see is still growing, but definitely will help make blockchain implemented faster on sharing economy.
Wow, I think the future is nearly here. I mean, blockchain has very exciting prospects ahead for us.
And just to let the viewers know that our team is actually actively exploring the IoT perspective of the technology to make this also a more able to resolve the sharing economy problem. So blockchain, big data, IoT is something we are looking at very closely. So
basically, almost everything in our lives can become integrated into
one. Exactly.
Seamlessly.
Yeah, that's the end mission. And we hope that we have more partnerships join our way.
I hope so too. Yeah, around the world.
Yes.
So I think we've come to an end for our questions with Sophie. Thank you so much, Sophie, for sharing your insights and more information about Odyssey. I think our viewers and I have learned a lot. And again, we're seeing lots of activities in our chat box. All right, guys, I am going to officially ban anyone who puts their UID now from getting any tokens later. So please stop putting your UIDs into the chat box now. You do not need to participate now, only during the end of the show. Wow. All right, so if you have any questions for Sophie, please ask.
I had a lot of questions coming from the community because we have a very active community on Twitter and Telegram.
Okay.
So they have been keep asking what is the next step, and they ask every day when does the project is going to deliver.
So March, you said.
Yeah.
Will
So
be the
here is my answer. So
okay.
You will be expecting it coming soon on the OPEC platform as we promised in our roadmap earlier. So please follow our news and then stay together. And then give us feedbacks, and then probably suggest more use scenarios or use cases, so for us to work on more aspects of the sharing economy.
Are there any companies around the world that you are currently talking to or in the works of forming a partnership with that you can tell us right now?
It's actually working in progress. So we are in contact with and in conversation with a lot of different accommodation, transportation partnerships. So to make them understand who we are and what is our mission. And really, really, we wish that we have more partnerships to work with us. And here I invite all of you to recommend and make an intro or to contact us in our official contact ways so that we can make this sharing economy a bigger scale project. So this is working in progress, and we will be announcing it to our community when it is having a clear answer. So, yeah.
Thank you, Sophie, for sharing with us. So right now we have managed to hit 1,200 over viewers. Congratulations, everyone. We've hit 1,241 views. So we will be sharing the prize pool of how many tokens? Director, can we take a look again? 1,000 tokens each. So everyone today, you stand to get 1,000 tokens. Comment on the live chat with your Huobi UID at I Love HADAX right now to participate in the airdrop. Do note that the airdrop will be given to your Huobi account within 3 working days from the live streaming. Only viewers who commented with your UID at I Love HADAX during the live streaming can get to receive the tokens. Huobi Pro reserves the right to disqualify any entries that do not meet the rules and regulations of the airdrop. These include entries submitted with invalid or incorrect information. Also, we want to take this chance to let you know that Huobi Pro has taken in all your valuable feedback regarding the Huobi Talk and our airdrop segments. Thank you all so very much for watching. In order to serve you better, Huobi Pro will be updating our airdrop scheme for future campaigns, so stay tuned for more updates. But first, here's a quick disclaimer. We would like to remind everyone that there are risks involved, and users are advised to exercise caution in trading. When in doubt, the actions you should take, please consult your solicitors or other professional advisors. That's all from us today. Thank you so much for joining us on Huobi Talk. Thank you, Sophie, for being here. You've been a wonderful guest.
Thank you.
Catch us live on Huobi Talk again next Thursday and every Thursday, actually, at 12 p.m. Singapore time for more insightful features of promising projects and, of course, our signature exciting airdrop segments. For the latest updates, or if you have any questions for us, you can find us on Telegram by searching Huobi Pro Official, or follow us on Twitter at Huobi_Pro, and follow us on Instagram as well at Huobi Pro. You can check out our social media links below in the video description. Also, do remember to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel by clicking on the subscribe button now. Once again, thank you for joining us on Huobi Talk, the #1 talk show featuring promising projects giving you insights into the world of blockchain. Goodbye for now, everyone, and catch us live again next Thursday. See you!